Hello, everyone. Just testing the sound. If anyone is there, please let me know if you can hear me properly. I'll just monitor this chat window. Okay, very good. Hi, everyone. All right. So right off the bat, we're getting a lot of questions on what to do once your 14 days are up. And I wish that we had an answer for you. I've reached out to IRCC through my regular contact methods, and I'm not entirely convinced that they've created a policy that explains to themselves and have an internal standard of practice that shows what to do after the 14 days are passed. So the best thing that we can suggest is once your 14 days are up, take a screenshot or forward your original email, or have it ready for when you reapply to the web form to reapply and show the original date you applied, as well as all the information that we typically would have included, and then reapply there. In addition to that, have the Canadian in your family contact their MP. Their MP requires your name, the date of birth, as well as the email address that was used to apply. That's the best we have right now. As far as we can tell, as of the end of November the 2nd, there were 229 people who have missed the 14-day turnaround. Because of that, we're indexing that every day, and we're presenting it to them. I've both MP Kwan and MP Dancho have kindly been willing to bring these files to the highest level that they can, just to figure out what's going on. And the IRCC is aware, but there must be some sort of issue where it's not being processed. This is something that's irritating me quite a bit, and it's making me very, very upset. My best guess is that it's a catastrophic computer system that's caused this. Anyway, so it's been a while since we talked. I think the challenge has been that we have a system that was supposed to work, and then we were supposed to move on to temporary residence and shorter stays in Canada. And unfortunately, right now, we're kind of navigating getting the system to work as well as pushing for other things. So we're having some troubles closing this chapter of our advocacy movement and moving on to the next. Anyway, so I thought we could just do some questions and answers for a little bit. Oh, also, thank you very much to everyone who has been so kind. AG and I are safe here in Toronto, and we'll be keeping the campaign moving forward. So it's been over 14 business days since we have resent the form. I've contacted my MP about 4 times. He's only replied once. Can we email other MPs? So in the event that your MP has not responded, we do have other MPs who are willing to help us. At this point, I would recommend just emailing the proof that your regular MP has not responded to either Dancho or Kwan, because they are openly willing to help you guys out. Remember to send your name, date of birth, and email address that you used, in addition to reapplying. Now, reapplying is definitely something that we have not been told to do, but that's the only thing that we have that we feel is important. Now, reapplying many times might be a problem and delay everything. But if your 14 business days have passed, that's the best we can offer. Do we fill out your unapproved Google form once, or every day we are unapproved? So every day that you are unapproved, we'll have a new Google form. That new Google form will say November 5th, who's unapproved, because we need clear numbers. We tried doing it different ways, but no, this is the best way we can do it. Every day you are unapproved, fill out a Google form so we can track you. We're referring to these as the IRCC missing. And then that selection we can give to the IRCC regularly. So what I do is I tell them each day how many people are IRCC missing, and then sometimes they ask for the full list, and then we send the full list. That's what we're doing with the information. I can't guarantee any outcomes of it, but that's something that we're doing. Any advice for if our MP says they can't, IRCC says they can't give them any information? We are over our 14 days, and our MP said them no, let them know when we hit 21 days. So that's a very unfortunate response that it says wait until 21 days. That's very irritating, and to me that speaks to an issue with your MP, because your MP should be fighting for you. 14 business days was promised, and therefore you have every right to push for that. In the event that your MP is not helpful, I strongly recommend emailing your entire file to Kwan or Dan Cho's office, because at the very least they have the teeth as the official critics of the opposition to go after this system. Any updates on current students? I called IRCC yesterday and I could still enter demand classes. So my colleague Emma, who has been at this much longer than I am, can explain this better. Technically, a student, an international student, should not be coming into Canada on the extended family exemption and then continuing their studies. That's the technical thing. You're not supposed to do that. Various people, including sometimes who we get on the IRCC, will tell you differently. They might say, oh yeah, come in on your extended family visa and you can still study. This is not written anywhere publicly that you can do that. So my concern, even though it might actually work, my concern is that you could get into trouble with the IRCC. So while it's true, you probably could arrive, and while it's true after you arrive, you probably could do online studies, we don't want any of our members to have followed any guidance that isn't publicly available, and then have long-term repercussions. So this is not something that I will tell you to do. I understand that this is what you were told by the IRCC. It's just that without any actual official guidance, I would not recommend doing anything that isn't completely by the book. We are still, by the way, asking the same question about students, and we thought the clarity would have come on October 20th. We thought it would come last week. It didn't, and